Hi, welcome to Dive into JS Funda channel. Today I'll be explaining what is the scoping chain in clauses. In clauses, it follows like the scope chain will be having local scope, that is nothing but the own scope of the closer or inner function, and it also can access the scope of outer function, and it also can access the scope of the global level, the file level or the global level scope. This is a small example code snippet which depicts the local scope. Here, if you see the closure function, the line, you can see that this is the closure function, and it has a defined a variable local var equal to 10. So the scope of the local var is associated with the closure function. This is the local scope of the closure function, which is returned from this outer function. And here in this example we can see the scope of outer function and the global scope. First, let's look at the outer function scope. Here there is a variable at the line number 3. If you can see the outer var, which is defined at the level of the scope of the outer function. Okay, but as we say, the definition of closure functions, it can access the scope of the outer functions. So the outer var will be available to the closure function. Like if you want to manipulate, or if you want to display or get the value of the outer var inside the closure, it's possible. And the same with the global var. It is defined at the level of the file, so it comes under the global scope, but because the concept of the closure allows you to consume or access this global var. Yeah, so this is the scoping chain in clauses. And let's look at the implementation, and let's see how the parser resolves when the particular resolves and locates to a variable where it is defined when you are trying. So here like I already basic structure of the scoping chain example to save the time. So it's the same whatever I have shown in the presentation. So here the local variable, and we have a variable which is defined at the level of the outer function, the scope of the outer function, and one variable global var which we created at the global scope level. So let's execute and see whether closer can access all these three variables or not. Yes, so now you can see we are not facing any kind of reference errors or the undefined errors. We are able to access all the three scopes within our closure function. Basically, like we are trying to create then call the outer function, which in turn returns you, which defines this outer var variable, and also it returns the closure function, and that is the closure function reference. I saved it as, and then I'm trying to call the closure function reference, and which defines this local variable, and which prints out all the three variables which are defined at three different scope levels. Okay, so I just want to show you one more thing, how the parser resolves. Suppose now here we have only one outer function, but suppose there will be a cases or use cases like you might be writing or wrapping your closure function, two levels up or three, like multiple levels outer functions up. So let's wrap this with one more outer function, like outer function 1, maybe I'm just giving that example, and let's close this. And now let's create a new variable in this outer function. Let outer var1, maybe for create outer var1 and let's give it a value 50, and let's format this talk for readability. Yeah, so now let's use this, and let's return this. Now you have a outer function also as a closure function of the one more level up function is that outer function 1. So, and now let's try to use this function, consume this in the innermost level closure function that is here, and we can write it like outermost function, maybe outermost function. In this example, like this is the outermost function of the this particular closure function. So, and variable name outer var1. Cool. So now if you see, this is the main outermost function you have, and which defines one variable, and then it returns a closure which is nothing but your outer function. So here this will be outer function reference now. Okay, let's call okay, outer function 1. Let's call the outer function 1. Expectation is like it will return you the outer function reference, the closure, basically outer function reference, which is nothing but this closure. And now once you call the outer function reference, and which returns you, it will return you this closure, and that will be your innermost closure function, and you just need to call. Okay, let's check this now. Let's save this and let's try what. Yes, so this is how now you can see we are now what happened is like the parser, the while lexical scoping time, it will try to whatever the closure function which you're trying to call, it will try to locate the variable where it is defined, locate the scope of the variable, and try to keep that scope, and access it whenever we are trying to call the closure function. So here it just check like suppose outer var, where is this variable is defined, yes, which is defined in the level of outer function, and also it keeps all this record. And outer var1, where this is defined exactly, it tries to find in the one level up outer function, and if it finds there, and it access that. If it is not available in the immediate outer function, then it will go one level up, it will go and search one level up, and it tries to find the variable name. If it is not available there also in the outermost function, then it will look at the global scope of your file, and it tries to access the variable from there. And if there is no variable defined within your all this scoping chain, then you will obviously face the either the referencer or the undefined, like basically if the variable is not at defined, then you will get the referencer then other. If the variable is not declared and but not assigned any value, then you will get the undefined value. That is a basic JavaScript variable accessing. But now let's yeah, this is how the scoping chaining happens in the closures functions. I hope you are clear with the scoping concepts in closure. Thank you.